Another useless PvP unit that we get for NIKKE Goddess of Victory. We finally have the kit for base, so we're gonna be talking about that. But super important, Sefhi, if she's useless, should we put her just on the wish list, ignore her? Fuck no, you should pull. Have you seen this burst animation? And you're telling me you are skipping. I will ban you if you tell me that you're skipping this unit. Alright? I'm just saying. Now let's do talk about her kit because it's kind of tragic. Let's watch her burst animation as well, and then we'll talk a little bit about comparison with other units. Now, all jokes aside, yes, she is wishlist material, and for most people this is the easiest skip in a while, since we are getting next banner, or sorry, after this half anniversary, and that is more important. All right, so before we start, leave a like, subscribe, comment to the channel. We're gonna be live after this video goes live, probably by like an hour or something like that, and let's get started. So the first thing that I do want to check is her burst animation, because it's actually, again, pretty good. I'm not gonna be checking all of the shooting poses. I'm not the biggest fan of her backshot when she's here. I think it's similar to Maid Privacy, where it looks a lot shorter, the skirt, than what she actually has. It's not bad, I'm happy with her. She looks amazing. Let's check the burst animation for her, because that's the important part, in my opinion, the important part. It's a really good burst animation. She's not the limited unit, so I will consider getting this over time, right? I think that's a really good burst animation. Now, once again, I think over time you will get her, so I don't think it's worth for most people going for 4 copies from the get-go, right? Even less when we have anniversary literally, what, 3-4 weeks away. So manage your resources properly, bossos. Try to get 1 copy early if you can. If not, escape and put her on the wish list. Now let's jump into her kit to see what she does and why she sucks. So outside of looking like a candy, because my god, she looks good. Ammo capacity 6, real time 2 seconds, 61.3, charge time 1 second, 250 full charge damage. It's literally the same, if I remember correctly, as Biscuito. So Biscuit, if we go to basic, it's gonna be 6, 2 seconds, 61.3, charge 1 second, 250 for full charge damage. So yes, again, in terms of damage, it doesn't matter. That's not gonna be what she excels at. What she excels at is being a PvP unit. That's it, nothing else. Let me put this on the side so you guys can properly see. So let's talk about all her kit. Of course, rocket launcher, defender, burst 2, fire, 40 seconds. And that's one of the biggest issues, 40 seconds. Every time you see a burst 2 that's 40 seconds, most likely it's not something you're going to be pulling, it's something you're going to be skipping or wishlisting. Again, like 99% of the time, there is few units that have broken that burst. So skill 1, you can do it, activates itself, survive when burst skill, affect all allies, proportionally shares damage taken continuously, and then defense increased by 10% of caster defense continuously. Again, PvP skill, literally there is zero usage for this on most PvE content. In fact, I don't know if there's gonna be anything in PvE where she's actually gonna be usable, because she has to burst. She actually has to burst. This is not when entering burst 1 or burst 2 or when entering full burst. It's when she bursts. And this is pretty similar to her skill number 2, which is cheer up together. Another passive activates if self survives when using burst skill, affect all allies, proportionally shares damage taken continuously, once again same as skill 1, and then activates when full burst and affects self, constantly recovering, covers HP by 3% of casters final max HP every second for 5 seconds. Now remember that the cover is only for her. In both here and the burst, we'll check that in a second, but it's only for her. So we're talking about the unit that only will do shared damage. This could be useful for some situations, depending what you want to do, or if you can cheese some content with her. Biggest problem with this, however, is you have units like Noah that really excel at what they do, which is, making sure everyone is alive and taking herself all the damage. So I'm not really sure if she will be able to be fitting on a similar situation to Noah. I personally don't think so. We'll see. But defense up is only going to be useful when it comes to PvP, and sharing the damage is only going to be useful on this condition of using burst skill to actually burst fast with your team in PvP and try to keep them alive. So this is literally a PvP kit, skill 1 and skill 2. And when you have a kit that's so niche and obviously so focused toward a specific game mode, it means that she will not have any usage outside of that. It means that we'll only be seeing her either bench 99% of the time, or just on the background on your lobby if you are lucky enough to get 4 copies, or you just want to get the base one out there. So skill 1 and skill 2 are literally just PvP skills, doing nothing for PvE unless you want to try to cheese some content with the proportionally sharing damage, but this would mean that you're actually investing in her, since she needs to have defense up and she is based on her final max HP to actually recover her own cover. So those two things are based on her stats. That's going to be rough. And then lastly, we have the burst skill, which is first winner, affect herself, recovering even more of her own cover, max HP for 20 seconds, which is really good. good. Again, a PvP unit through and through, and then affecting all allies, damage taken reduced by 8.87% for 10 seconds. Again, it's not like it's an awful kit. Her burst actually is decent. The problem is skill 1 and skill 2 are just gonna have a lot of problems trying to find a place on normal PvE content. I would love if Shift Up stops making PvP units just completely useless out of PvP. I think there has been a lot of cases where we get units that are good for PvP and PvE. Biscuit is a really good example. Normal Scarlet is a really good example. She's been meta in PvP since day one and on PvE, even though she's getting less usage now, but still an amazing unit. There's plenty of units, Red Hood even, that are good in PvP and in PvE. When they try, or every time they've tried to make PvP focused units, it's always been the same. So you have Jackal that you've seen, what, 2 times maybe in solo raid when there is an element involved, or when you have nothing else. There is Rosanna. When have you seen her in PvE? The same thing, maybe in one raid if you have nothing else, or for people who really like her because they invested in her. Like, all of those PvP units get 0 usage, even Emma. Like, you will not see them outside of PvP, and that sucks because 99% of players do not give a shit about PvP. It's the boring game mode. They even added a skip because they know people don't care about it. So why would you keep releasing these super specific niche units when we could be getting both of the best worlds, right? Someone that can work in PvP and someone that could be used for some PvE content as well. But as it stands right now, her kit is just too specific. I don't think we'll see her getting any usage. I would love to be wrong, as usual, doesn't matter. The burst animation, however, it's looking really good. For me, it's gonna be 1 copy if we can get her. We're gonna be doing like 4 multis if I get her. Nice. If I don't get her, she's gonna be going directly into the wishlist. Because right now, for me, I only have 200 tickets and 2 multis, so I need to buy more. I'm not gonna be wasting the tickets because half anniversary is next, and the 1% banner for pilgrims is just too big. Remember that 1% banners, even free to plays, most wells ticket, they do not want to pull there unless we're talking that you need a core 7 and you don't have enough tickets, right? But most wells ticket the 1% banners. It is really a big difference when we go for a 2% rate tab, the normal ones we have right now, for example, a median rem, into the 1%, right? The 4% still remains, but it's now going to be 1% for the rate tab. So I will say, if you can skip her, just put it on the wish list. If you can do a couple multis only, you have enough tickets and resources for have funny, do that. But for most people, this is a skip unit. It's a pity. I was really looking forward to getting her. I'm still gonna pull for collection because she really looks really good. I hope they start making PvP units a little bit better. There's been already multiple instances where most PvP units are just bad. They are not good. The ones that come to head once again are just Jackal, are Rosanna, and Emma. If you remember more, do let me know in the comments, because I don't do PvP, so I don't really care about them. That said, that is gonna be it for this one, boss. So just wanted to talk a little bit about her. I'm pulling because I'm a gambling addict and she's a brownie mommy and looking like a snack. But let me know if you are pulling. We're gonna be live later. Come say hello. We're gonna be doing some account reviews. If you are interested in that, drop by. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe once again, right? We're spamming videos this month. We're in the campaign for summer funds. We need to pay for 8 characters. That's it. I love you all, bossos. Thank you for coming. Good luck with your pulls later dates, and see you on the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。